So what it comes down to is when it comes to wanting more business, it's pretty simple process. You have to be able to be found, whether that's ads or SEO or offline tactics like billboards or whatever it may be. You have to have a source that's going to generate new clients or new customers coming and reaching out to you, or you're going to be doing cold calling and messaging people randomly, and usually that results in people getting upset or blocking you, or basically you might get a few sales, but it's not a long-term solution. So it's pretty simple. You need a website, you need to run ads, or you need to do SEO, or all of the above. Don't ignore YouTube or other social media sources. Social media drives business, depending on what you're in. Sometimes they're not as good a quality, but it really depends on the ad strategy and what the goal is and how it's designed. So whatever you decide that you're going to use to generate business, or all of the above, you have to stick to that. And basically, to do SEO to rank, it's pretty simple. I mean, it is complex, but it's simple to me, and but the basics are all fairly straightforward. So when it comes to marketing online, the first step is you need a website. The website should have good, decent content on it, properly optimized. Adding bells and whistles to stand out and different things will generate more business. But the basic is to have a website, have a solution. Then you, depending on where you want your customers to come from, which I recommend hitting every avenue you can, social media, LinkedIn, YouTube, all of those, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So you need a strategy that is going to generate business, because if you're just posting stuff like, oh, hey, $99. Oh, hey, we do this. Hey, we offer that. Oh, we're the best. Those old tactics aren't going to really generate you very much business, because you need to break down those barriers that we talked about. Those barriers of showing them it works, proving to them you have the solution and it works, gaining their trust so that they trust you and will listen to you. Otherwise, it's going to be a battle. Everything that you do will be a battle. Hey, we need to do this. Well, can't we do it this way? Or are you sure? Or, it's just going to be a battle. So those are important. So once your website's in place, if you're looking at doing SEO and getting that kind of exposure, then I would recommend that, number one, have good content. Number two, make sure that you did your keyword research. There's no reason for you to go after keywords without at least a little research. That doesn't mean ignore all zeros. If it says that there's zero search volume, that's not always accurate. But you got to kind of use common sense and base it off data. So if you don't have the data, like me, I can go through and I can look through my data and I can see, okay, they say there's zero search volume for this, but this client over here that we did work for, that showed that was untrue, because he actually got business from that, and he actually only targeted a small area, as to where we're looking at the whole state, a different state, and it's saying zero, where I have a guy generating 8 jobs from it in a small city. So obviously that's got to be wrong. But you should try to focus on keywords that do work too. So if they have a high search volume, they got a cost per click, and it's a conversion related keyword, then you should most certainly focus on those as well. And that's where you should focus the majority of what you're doing. Doesn't mean an end to all. Keyword research, I could do a 3-hour video just on that, but you should at least understand the basics. A lot of business owners go in and go, oh, I'm going to do a blog post about whatever it may be. I'm going to do it on a specific computer model, and I'm going to explain why it's so good and this and that. Come to find out, hardly anyone's ever searching for that computer model or that monitor model. So it's not going to really generate a whole lot of necessarily what they're looking for. So make sure you do your keyword research. Once you have that and you have the content optimized around that for those specific pages or posts, then you need to do your on page, meaning that your headers are not only good for Google, but good for the user. So they're enticing. They make you want to click it. They make you want to read that article. That's why clickbait on news channels and news posts and stuff like that is so clickbait, because they know they got to get you to click on that, and that's their whole goal. They don't care if the article has anything to do with the title. A lot of the times you'll go into it and it'll be like, wow, what? That's why. I don't recommend doing that necessarily. I'm saying that the titles in that should entice you to go to the article. When you get to the article should cover what that topic or that title was about and answer their questions and provide a solution. So now, how do you get to show up for keywords that you looked up? That's, if you want to rank in maps, citations, a lot of people don't believe that they work anymore. There once was a time to where you could just build citations, which is just a mere mention of your business name, address, and phone number, and website usually. So with that said, Yelp, Home Advisor, these other places, those would be considered citations. A lot of people don't think they work anymore. That's because at one time you could literally just build those and you could rank in maps. Now it's become a lot more complex, and some people don't think that they work at all. They are a ranking factor, and part of the reason that they don't work as well is Google doesn't index them all. They basically see it as, oh, they have one at Yelp, they have one over here, they have one over here. It's all the same description, it's all the same photos, it's the same hours, it's same everything. Why do we need 30, 40, 100, 200 of these in our search when they all provide the same information? So making sure they're unique, original, descriptions, mix your photos up, add different things. Obviously, your hours are going to stay the same, but some of them allow you to add coupons, articles, and different things. Adding those will allow it to index better. When it indexes, it's going to basically give you a little boost. So yes, I would focus on that. And not only that, some of these do generate business. Yelp generates some business. These other places can generate business. So you should be on there. So you need to do that. Then you also need to somehow obtain backlinks, whether that's you're doing press releases, you're reaching out to website owners, or however that works for you. You need backlinks. So if you've covered those things, these few things will help you rank online. Now, knowing what you're looking for is going to be your hardest, is going to be the biggest struggle you're going to face, because you don't really know what you're looking for. You don't really know, okay, on page, what do this, this, and this. So basic on page structure should be H1 should be your primary keyword or primary topic. H2 should be a secondary keyword of that primary topic. H3 should be subtopics about that topic. So let's say a locksmith in Provo. You go locksmith in Provo, H1, if that was your primary. H2, Provo locksmith. H3, car keys. H3, locked out. H3, and so on. So that should be your primary structure. These are all great ways that you can grow your business. Social media is a little bit different. The algorithms are different. They seem to tend to like short posts, and they like engagement. And the primary factors for social media, or at least the majority of them, is shares are worth the most, comments are worth the second most, and reaction is worth the least. So the more people who share your post, the more people that are going to see your post, not just from the share, but from you. The more people that comment, the more people Google's going to show that post to people that are outside your circle and within your circle. Likes and reactions, they count, but it's very low. You have to get a lot of them. And if you get a lot of them without any comments or shares, then they start to kind of tether you off to where you're not showing to as many new people. So those are the basics. If you could do those things and you focus on those things, you will start to notice you're going to generate more business. You're going to start growing. And a lot of this stuff doesn't have to cost you anything but time and research and learning. So that's the basics. Like I said, thanks for joining me on this live. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I'd be happy to answer questions. I'd be happy to do a breakdown on specific things for you guys. If you say, hey, I'm struggling with on page, and you don't mind me sharing your website on one of these lives or on a video, and me showing what you could do to improve your website and what you're doing wrong in that'd be awesome. If you don't want me to do that, then let me know, and we can share in private, or I can do a video privately for you. My main goal is to help people. I like helping people. I've struggled. I grew up poor. I've been successful. I've been rich. I've been poor. I've been middle class. I've been up. I've been down. Some of those things and you may be wondering, wow, why has this guy been up and down and this and this? How does we even know he knows what he's talking about? Because if he's gone from being rich to poor, he must not know very much about what he's talking about. There was unforeseen circumstances in my life that caused me major problems, and one of them's lost loved ones. I've gone through a divorce and lost pretty much everything. My house was almost foreclosed due to things that had nothing to do with me. And even though it wasn't foreclosed, I lost out on a lot of money that I invested into, and that it broke even. And I was lucky to break even. The house was destroyed and different things. So while it may sound like I may not know what I'm talking about, I've gone to the bottom. I've risen back up. I'm building myself back up. At one point around COVID, I decided that I was done marketing other businesses and wanted to focus on my own businesses. And those other unforeseen circumstances came about those. I still make money from different sources. What I learned from COVID is don't put all your eggs in one basket. So I have affiliate sites. I work for clients. I work on my own stuff. I have secret things and things that I'm doing that I don't tell anybody about. I also am working on projects to create some tools for marketers and business owners. So yes, it's about distributing all these different sources to stay afloat. And obviously each one of these will tap out. One business, once they hit a certain level, that's where they're going to tap out without having to open a new location or to somehow bring in more revenue from those sources. But like I said, I enjoy helping business owners. If I can help a business owner succeed that's struggling and help them provide for their family and to remove that struggle and that fear and that stress, that is what I live for. Now I have to take care of my family and feed them too. I honestly do wish that I could just work on everybody's stuff for free and not have to worry about that. But just like you have to worry about providing for your family. And maybe you're in the same boat. Maybe you're an electrician and you love helping people and you wish you could do it for free. And sometimes you might. Sometimes you run across, an elderly person that can't afford it, and you might do a simple small job for them for free. And that's how I am. I believe in helping. And I do enjoy my job. I enjoy marketing. It's my passion. So if you have any questions of that, drop them below. If you want me to show you something specific, I'm more than open and happy about that as well. Let's get that ball rolling. Let's get you business coming in, and